Hey, welcome back to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. The feds just released Blac Youngsta out right now for the Young Dolph incident because he was out seen at Club Spade on his first day out. He just got out last night, right out the feds because they had him in there. That's why he was hiding for so long. But he just agreed to cooperate against Yo Gotti in the Young Dolph case after Big Jook named him as a primary witness. So what y'all got to understand is the fact that Blac Youngsta is out here. He was spending the bread that they took from Young Dolph's Chrome Heart bag that was in the back trunk of the Corvette C8 that they was following from the gas station and that they seen him at the Ruth Chris. They jumped on the interstate, and just like they said that you could smell the cookies from Makita's off the interstate. First of all, no, that's how you know that that's where they slipped up first. Nobody drives on the interstate with their windows down. So how are you going to smell the cookies? This is the first sign that y'all should have known this whole thing was a setup, man. I'm breaking it down right now. Watch this whole video and like this video if you're a fan of Young Dolph, man, because a lot of the subscribers, you got to understand that the facts that everything is coming out now. They don't just let Blac Youngsta out unless they got a whole entire revealing statement from him about how Yo Gotti could have paid them. How else do you think that they're letting him use the money from the hit, bro? Big Jook already said with Grove Hero, when Grove Hero broke the news about how Big Jook was the one who actually put the $40,000 on Dolph head like that. And at that time, it was just street talk. It was just street talk. People were saying 100K. People were saying Mia J was putting 500K on the heads of the dudes that did it. And once they realized that and Big Jook actually talked, they really did that. They really put 40K on Dolph head allegedly. And so now it's like you can't just let the folks who has something to do with that go spend the hit money at the club like that, bro. And especially when Moneybagg Yo is the one who owns the club. So the bread is just coming, is literally getting filtered back into CMG. And due to the fact that Blac Youngsta already revealed that Yo Gotti bought the $180,000 Bentley truck for his brother. I mean, I've been saying it this whole entire time. I told y'all, Blac Youngsta was hiding. He was hiding because obviously Big Jook is literally the dude he does his dirt work with. Like, he's the one that rode up to Charlotte with him when they tried to do the 100 shots the first time. But the fact that Dolph already had so much bread, he got his stuff tank proofed. So that way they couldn't do nothing. And so this time they waited and waited, man. When they released the T-Mobile phone records, it said that it was a call made 5 minutes before the people had pulled up in the white Benz in front of Makita's, to Young Dolph, basically, because the person who was following Young Dolph already knew where he was, right? And then what happens is that as soon as that person knows that, okay, everything is at the location at the cookie shop, boom, there's a phone call made to the Bentley truck. That's why I told y'all that Moneybagg Yo's Bluetooth pinged his location in the Bentley truck because of the fact that they already had the OGs connected to it. What y'all got to understand is that every new car that has CarPlay, every new car that has it to where you could sync up your phone and play all your Spotify hits, play all your music, right? For all you people out there who be driving and everything like that. Like this video if you drive. So the thing is that every single one of them new cars, boom, when something happened, they can retract that thing and come back to it. They could be like, if you was to go and do something, make some sort of slip up or run off the road or whatever, they could rewind back everything you was doing on your phone because it was connected to the whip. That's how they catch people what they was doing right before they did some crazy thing or went off a cliff or whatever like that. They'll be like, oh, okay, he pressed the send text button 35 seconds or 2.5 seconds before he boom swerved off the lanes and stuff like that. So that's when they're gonna go back to how Moneybagg Yo and them got that phone call 2 minutes before the white bands pulled up and they were in the Bentley truck and the Bentley truck is running. That Bentley truck was running on, man. It takes $300 to fill the tank up. Nobody would be keeping their Bentley running off the side of Pecan Lane like that, wasting the gas when gas prices were $11 a gallon. For the type of gas you got to buy for the Bentley, you have to get super premium 99 octane. That's $300 a tank. And so what y'all gotta understand is that the only type of people who got bread like that to be waiting in the Bentley truck, leaving it running, burning all the gas, while they get the phone call saying, yup, we just seen Dolph and the white Benz just pulled up into the parking lot. Go ahead and turn the corner so you guys can confirm everything that went on. Because a lot of the people who they're ops, they want to be satisfied with seeing everything go down because they want to know whether the people really got taken out or not. You know, a lot of the times they bring up the 12 be bringing up people who told on you, and they keep them in the back of the car behind the tent, and they have them point at whoever the person is that they said did something to them. But whole time, the person who did something that's getting pointed at can't see who the person is that's in the 12 car that got brought up, and they ride in the passenger seat saying, he did it right there, him. And so that's exactly what's going on. And due to the fact that that always happens, y'all got to realize you can't trust nobody. And that's why the same thing goes with Blac Youngsta, Yo Gotti, and Big Jook. At one point, Yo Gotti was super, super close with his brother. But after his brother realized that he was getting thrown under the bus and that he was going to have to do all 80 of them years alone in confinement in a cell smaller than what his actual height and everything is, it's like, man, he's going to have his head bent down. He's going to get hunchback by the time the 80 years is done, if he's even around by then. And so what y'all got to understand is the fact that that's when the loyalty went out the window, because they no longer, Yo Gotti and his brother were no longer close after that. And that's why Blac Youngsta went on the run, because he seen that coming. He already knew that everybody was that dude was going to snitch on all of CMG. That's why Moneybagg Yo stopped doing features with them. He doesn't promote them no more. He don't even want to do anything with Glorilla or anything like that. So you see now Moneybagg Yo distance himself because that's his Bentley. He was in the Bentley with the phone connected at some point. He drives that Bentley. That is his Bentley. Moneybagg Yo was driving the Bentley at some point, whether it was when he first got it or the last day he had it. He was driving it. You don't have a Bentley truck without driving it. Unless you are a car dealership, then you are selling it. And the last time I checked, CMG is not a car dealership. They're a rap group. So when they use that Bentley to go do all of that, that's where the RICO comes in, allegedly, because that's just how it goes. When you go and actually take notes and Google it, you will find out that, yeah, if something like that comes back on CMG and they did use it, and if people did say they seen him and everything like that, that's how RICOs are started, man. Don't forget about how they got Trap Boy Freddy and Bankroll Freddy on the entire RICO, because they did it quick, because they already had a whole proof. His whole fam and his cousins was involved. And when one of their cousins got caught up, they told, because they couldn't get out the jam on their own. They couldn't fight it. And so same thing with Big Jook. When he was facing 80 to 150 years, and they put him in that interrogation room, and they took that yellow lamp and pointed it at his chin, and he started sweating. He started sweating. His fingers became extremely perfused with sweat. He was wiping his palms on his pant leg. He was taking his entire arm and wiping it across his forehead to get all of the sweat off, because it was dripping down his nose. And every time he talked when he was snitching, it was spitting the sweat towards the good cop and the bad cop. And so they really got him, because they scared him, shook. His name is Big Jook, and he got scared, shook. So he told on his cousin Yo Gotti, on his brother Yo Gotti, which basically made it to where Blac Youngsta had to go on the run, because he's the one that's connected to all of this as being one of the people who actually tried Dolph before. And so they already know that he turned himself in for that. That's the first person they're going to come get. And if they get Blac Youngsta knows at this point that if they have to come and swoop and get him, there's no way that they're going to get him without getting Yo Gotti and Moneybagg Yo next. That's why a lot of people say it is the end for CMG, because everybody in Memphis that's closer to the situation, they already know what's going on. They see it all, because a lot of the people are saying about how Grove Hero knew this whole entire thing the whole time, and Grove Hero was really the only person putting on for Memphis after Dolph, because that's what they were supposed to do. And then when he found out about how who it really was that put the bread on. He wanted to get justice for Dolph, so he stopped hiding. He came out and started advocating and everything like that because he knows at this point, once Big Jook got swooped up by the feds, since Big Jook said it first and said, yeah, he's the one that put the bread on his head, then Grove Hero started coming out and saying it because it was already out there.